This is the easiest way to build stock option based strategies on Tradetron. In this video, I will show you how you can build a system. This system will consist of a funnel with which you can filter out all the different stocks, and on this filtered stocks, you can then build strategies for stock option trading using the Tradetron platform. And these stock option trading strategies will have zero coding, and these strategies will be built in less than 2 minutes. If this kind of stuff interests you, do follow along as we help you build better, more different types of strategies to add to your algo portfolio on Tradetron. So the process that we create will basically use two different features of the Tradetron platform, which is called the Screener and the Option Wizard. So let's first understand what are we trying to do. Well, on the platform, we will first go to the dashboard, and on the dashboard, we will first add a market watch, right? A market watch is basically like a list of stocks that you're adding, and you can create a custom market watch as per the stocks that you trade in. So you could choose to add all the different stocks. Each market watch can have up to 100 stocks. Now, when you add a particular list to your market watch, you will be able to see all the different stocks that are basically added to that watch. Now, in here, you can see I've added all the different Nifty 50 stocks to my watch list out here. Now, what I can do as a part of my screener is that I can run a filter for all these stocks based on certain technical indicators or certain criteria that I like. So, for example, out here in my condition, I am selecting a condition of EMA that I have created. Now, what is the condition that I have created? I have created a condition that as per out of all of these different stocks, my criteria is that the close of the daily candle of that particular stock should be less than the 200 moving average of EMA, and it should also be less than the 50-day moving average. So I am basically trying to look at stocks which are basically undervalued at this point of time. So the price is basically below the 50 exponential moving average and the 200 moving exponential moving average. And at the same time, the day candle, the day RSI of that particular instrument should also be less than 40. When I have this kind of a condition, I will now run this condition, or you can choose to add any condition that you like with this particular screener, and be able to run a filter on all the different stocks which are basically applying to this particular criteria that we have set. So now you can see that from the stocks that we are basically looking at, so from all the Nifty 50 stocks, I have now filtered out 4 stocks based on which I can now do a further analysis and decide if I want to trade in them or not. So out here I can see Asian Paints, I can see NTPC, TCS and UltraTech Cement, which are added to that particular list. So these 4 stocks are basically conforming to my criteria of the price being less than the 200-day moving average, 50-day moving average, and the RSI being less than 40. Now I can create any strategy that I want on these particular stock options. So let's say if these are undervalued stocks, I want to take long positions in these particular instruments. So how will I do it? I can go to the Option Wizard. On the Option Wizard, I will now create my own strategy using this particular Option Wizard. So in here, I will basically choose to create my strategy first on Asian Paints. So I will call it Asian Paints Wizard strategy, and in this strategy I will select an underlying. So now my underlying will basically be Asian Paints, because that is the underlying that I have been able to screen out, and I will select this as a positional strategy. Why? Because I want to take a slightly longer position out here, right? Now once I do that, I can now choose to add the different trades that I want to take for my Asian Paints instrument. So I will use stock options out here. So I will just select my call option. I'll select a buy, and I'll select my strike as the ATM futures, and I will select the value as ATM, and I will select current month as my expiry for 1 lot. So now you can see that doing this, I have basically added Asian Paints ATM call option as a part of my trade that I will take. So I want to take a bull call spread at this point. So I will add one more call in which I will sell my ATM futures, but out here instead of ATM I'll select an OTM 2 out here, so that my risk is basically in control, and I will add this strategy. So now by doing this, I have added a buy and I have added a sell, such that I am able to take a long position in my Asian Paint instrument. Now what I can do is I can choose to have any sort of target and stop loss or trailing stop loss that I like on that particular leg, or on the entire bull call spread that I have. So for example, let's say if I want a target and stop loss of, let's say 50% on my buy and sell leg respectively, I can choose to add these two out here, the 50% target and the 50% stop loss, or I can have some sort of a trailing mechanism. So let's say in case my stop loss, in case my trade is taken, and I want to have, let's say, a stop loss of let's say 50% on my sell, and whenever my price moves 1% in my favor, I will increase my stop loss by 1%. So in that case, my stop loss will basically start from 50 and then gradually move upward as per my logic. So I can choose to add different stop losses, and these stop losses will basically make sure that I am taking a risk managed trade using these